Give it up for Branden Kappes.
All right, so I think I have to shit on Newark first. Is that like required? So I'm from New Albany. There's a new in common, but instead of meth, it is cocaine before a PTA meeting. So one thing about New Albany, a little less crime. So if you have an encounter with the cops when you're 8, they will remember you when you're 18. And so this story was, I'm 8 years old. I have just been baptized. It's my baptism reception. And my whole family is at my house. And the cops show up at the door. And I decide to eavesdrop. And they say, hey, is Corey Kappes, my uncle, is he here? And my dad sees me and says, hey, go get him. So I walk myself down to the basement. And I say, hey, Uncle Corey, the cops are looking for you. And he is pressed up against the wall like this. Don't tell him I'm here. If you don't tell him I'm here, I'll give you candy. Now, I was not going to have my first sin post-baptism be lying to the police. So I go back up there, very sweetly, step in front of my dad and say, he's hiding in the basement. And so my senior year of high school, we're doing this drunk driving simulator. And since we're all trying to sound cool and stuff, telling our stories about the police. And I'm telling my friend this story. And as soon as I finish telling it, the cop who's running the drunk driving simulator says, wait, you were that kid? I was that cop. Because they still tell that story because we've had like 2 crimes in the past 10 years. So I also used to work at the daycare at the New Albany Primary School. You thought normal parents were annoying. Try parents who want their 7-year-old to be gluten-free. But, so, at one point, I'm working there that day, and this little girl, she's like, oh, look at my drawing. I'm like, oh, it's so cute. I can tell it's a dog. Yeah. And then I turn around, and I see one of the kids laying on the floor, 8-year-old kid, holding his dick and moaning in pain. I'm going, oh my God, what happened? He goes, Max hit me in the balls. And I went, Max, why'd you do that? And he said, it was an accident. And the kid agrees it was an accident. So I said, okay, let me go get an ice pack. I turn around, grab my radio, said, hey, we need an ice pack in here. I turned back around, and now Max is laying on the floor holding his crotch. I went, Mason, why did you do that? And the kid still lying there goes, oh, it wasn't me. And who was it? It was Elin, Max's sister. Elin, why did you do that? He asked me to. Max, did you ask your sister to hit you in the balls? I wanted to know what it felt like. Has this never happened to you before? Yeah, then you know what it feels like. So we got 2 ice packs, and then we had a little talk about we don't hit each other at daycare. We especially don't hit each other right there at daycare. And then another kid, uninvolved, and it says, but it feels good when you touch your private parts. We especially don't do that at daycare. All right, thank you very much.
Guys, give it up again for Branden Kappes.